14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What's up, everybody, and welcome on into another edition of Unsportsmanlike Conduct. I am Steve, and I am NBA playoff ready here. We got the Knicks, the jersey, we got the hat going. We're ready. We ain't in no play-in tournament. I got Timmy right on over here, your tribal chief. What's going on, Timmy T? Yankees 316. Right
same
on
old,
over
same
there.
old, guys. Let's talk some fucking Odell Beckham.
Oh, yes. Dave, what's going on, my friend?
Nothing much, here. Since you mentioned, being in the playoffs, what seed did you guys end up in again? I forgot.
The Bundy seed.
Oh, 5, right?
seed.
Not 4. Not
No.
the 4 that you claimed was going to happen, right?
Yeah.
I want to talk about play-in.
Practice. Well, I mean, Mello, down here over the last few days, we're just getting buckets and buckets and buckets. Not Jimmy buckets, but buckets of rain.
None of those.
No, just torrential downpours all day for the last 2 days. Streets are, I know, down in Miami, always in that Sweetwater area, always gets flooded.
Yeah, coming up from work was fun.
Kayaking through the streets.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I put on the Met game. They had an afternoon start, 1:10, and it's beautiful, 78 degrees. I'm like, man, my sister texted me from Jersey saying, hey, look what's going on. We got a role reversal here. They were like 8 degrees warmer than us.
Dude, it's boiling hot today. I was like, AC time, baby. AC time.
Wait, what was the temperature? What was the actual high?
It was in the 80s today.
80s?
I'm pretty sure it hit 80 today.
Wow.
For April, that's rare, but hey,
yeah.
Whatever.
So now the shorts
rare.
are fitting. The shorts are fitting up there now.
I'm rocking my shorts today, that's for sure.
All right. So, as always, time to talk about the NBA play-in. Stuff started yesterday. We'll talk about a couple of the games from yesterday, a couple of the games going on. We don't yet have the complete brackets yet because of this play-in tournament. We'll cover as much as we can. In the world of NFL, Odell Beckham signs with a team. We'll get to that. And there's a team in baseball that is now 12-0 on the season, and it ain't none of our teams. So that's it. So let's hit the opening, and then we'll come back and we'll get to business. Let's do it. All right, everybody, welcome back in. Acknowledge us here on Unsportsmanlike Conduct. I got the Bulls and Toronto game on 105-104. Chicago's up by 1. They were down by 16, I think it was at the most, and 19.7 seconds left in that game. So let's start off, Mello, with a local team down here. And the Miami Heat last night, and so they played the play-in tournament. They trying to get that 7 seed against the Hawks. Everybody had the Heat. Everybody was on the Heat on this one, betting wise, and most of the picks that I saw were heavy on the Heat side. So what the hell happened, Dave? So my parlay, Dave. First leg of my parlay. I had no chance at it.
At least you got defeated right away, and you didn't have the hope later on where you're like, oh, is someone going to get 3 hits or whatever your parlay was?
Yeah. Well, because then I would have had to wait for the last second or overtime in the Lakers game.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, no, the Heat just they did what they've done all season. They just collapsed and didn't show up. Bam was playoff Bam. Tyler Hero was Tyler Hero, playoff Tyler Hero after the snarl. Like nothing. The only person that showed up to play was Kyle Lowry, and that was it.
33. Wow.
I thought that, we all know that playoff Jimmy is a thing, but obviously play-in Jimmy is not a thing. So
it was like what, 6 for 19 from the field,
yeah,
something like that.
It was just awful shooting on all ends. The defense was awful, and what killed them the most was not being able to rebound. The Hawks missed so many shots, but they got so many offensive rebounds. I think they beat them by double digits in offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
And I was frustrated watching it because they're making this little comeback and let's cut to 6, and then somehow the Hawks get like 4 shots before the Heat even get a chance to shoot the ball again. And
what were they down by?
deflating.
They were down by
at one
almost
point
20, right?
Yeah, I think at one point I saw it was like
18-ish?
15, 16-ish.
Yeah, and we all know in the NBA, especially nowadays with the just crazy shooting that they put on here, no lead is safe in the NBA. Yeah, a 20-point lead is like an 8-point lead.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so with the play-in tournament, the Heat still have an opportunity now. They're gonna go and play the winner of this game.
The Bulls in Toronto.
This game right here, Chicago and Toronto, which Bulls now up by 2 with 17.9 to go. So let me ask you one question on the structure of the play-in tournament. I saw somebody. I like it. I don't have any issues with it. I think it's pretty cool. You get the other teams involved. Obviously, it's all for the money because you're adding playoff games basically. But I listened to this guy's point, and I thought he made a valid point that historically the 7th seed has been about separating yourself from the 8th seed. Making sure that there's no way you're going to fall back. So the 7th seed, they were saying maybe the 7th seed should have just gone to the playoffs, and the 9-10 should play each other, and the winner of that plays the 8th seed, and whoever wins that is the 8th seed.
I mean, I don't mind the.
I don't mind either way,
especially just because the East used to always be like, it was like the top 4, and then everyone
10
else
games under 500.
Exactly, we're mediocre.
No, sucked. They're mediocre. They were.
Yeah. What I do like is
trash.
that someone sent it to me because obviously we're all most of us are disgruntled Heat fans right now. So if
there's two kinds of Heat fans. There's disgruntled Heat fan and there's cocky Heat fan. Cocky Heat fan.
I mean, they're the same person when depending on how they're winning. But one of these, for at least for the Heat, I don't know if it's for everybody, but the scenario is that if the Heat don't get in the playoffs, they don't get 7 or 8, then they're guaranteed a lottery pick, even though they were the 7th seed, which never used to be a thing.
Right.
So I kind of like there's still a give and take to it. You either make the playoffs and hey, you get your fan base a little bit going, you get playoff games. Maybe you never know, you surprise a 1 or number 2 seed. But if not, then you get a lottery pick. So I kind of like that part about it. And that's where a lot of Heat fans are right now leaning towards.
So that's my next question. So that's where this whole I saw Ethan Skolnick from 5 Reasons Sports post a poll. Do you want the Heat to win on Friday? Here we go. So do you want the Heat to win, or do you want the Heat to lose and be a part of the lottery?
Honestly, I would want them to lose. I never thought I would say that about one of my franchises, my favorite franchises, but I would want them to lose just because we'd be playing the Bucks, and I don't even think we're going to get a game against the Bucks. They're just too powerful. The way we got out rebounded against Atlanta, it just says a lot about how our team is not there. They're not mentally focused. I don't know what it is. I'm just ready for the offseason. They need to do whatever the hell they need to do to get this team right. Get rid of all these terrible contracts that we have with Tyler Hero. Get Jimmy some help. Like, I don't know what they have to do, but I just know if it's the lottery. I don't think that's gonna help because most likely we're gonna end up with like a
Exactly.
10 or
You're
11
looking like the king of the lottery right here.
Yeah.
We sucked every year. We won 19 games and we were the 5th pick. Bullshit. Total bullshit.
Exactly. So I don't expect to get anything higher than maybe like 11. So that's that. But they need to do something. And I've mentioned it here before. The GOAT needs to sit down and sit on his throne and just call it a career. Like that's it. Riley needs to pass the throne off because he is not doing anything for us. He hasn't done anything for us. It's sad.
Keith, got to chime in now. Now's your chance. We're talking next, baby. We can talk next.
Yeah, the Heat have actually won an NBA championship in the last.
Hey.
Just throwing that out there, Keith.
Hey. Toronto down by 2 with 12 seconds left.
Same thing forever.
Just missed 2 free throws. The Raptors just missed 2.
Oh,
so they could have tied it.
You're ahead of me there. All right, so 11.1 seconds to go, and it looks like a timeout.
What's with the jerseys?
So
I missed the purple dinosaur.
I do too. I like that jersey.
Because it says "wrap" up the one side, "tours" down the other. It's like, really?
Yeah. Some of the New Jerseys are terrible. Like that's one. Who else has a really bad jersey?
And I'm also distracted by the giant Motorola symbol on the Bulls and the giant SunTrust Bank, whatever the hell it is, on the Sun Life Bank on the other. Oh God!
All right. So that's the Heat, and then now on the Knicks side of things, not talking about the playoffs yet, but I'm talking about what the Mavericks did in not making the playoffs. But not only not making the playoffs, they had an opportunity to make the playoffs. They rested all their guys. And the whole reasoning behind that now is that the trade from a few years ago with Kristaps Porzingis, Chicago wins 109-105. So Heat and Bulls, you and Ed, we need a bet going. Ed, congrats on the victory. He's not here. He's just
in the East right now on my predictions yesterday. 0-2. For the East, anyway. West, I still have a chance. Go 50-50.
All right. So, shut your mouth, Keith. or stop typing. All right. So this kind of goes into the same boat as what the Eagles did to the Giants a few years ago. Right? In resting guys. This was a do you lose those 2 games if you're the Mavs and you get the number 10 pick and you get to keep it? However, on the other side, if you had just lost, if you had just not made the playoffs and not tanked those last 2 games, you'd be the 11 seed, or you'd get the 11th pick. That goes to the Knicks. So they tanked the last 2 games. It was so obvious. I mean, there's an investigation going on, but what are you going to do? You're gonna find you can't go back on and change anything. You're gonna find them, maybe take a pick away from them. I don't know, but what a douchey move. I know, Mello. You can't muster up the feelings for this as you did with the Eagles, but you feel my pain. You know what I'm going through right now.
No, absolutely do, and I think honestly the Mavs made a mistake. Because they made their franchise player upset by doing that. Yeah. And are they really willing to lose Luka? Because if I'm the Mavs, I'm doing whatever I can to keep him. And doing that, I know pissed him off. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's like a play-in factor to him actually leaving the Mavs or wanting to leave. Because why would you want to stay to an organization that wants to tank or not get better?
Yeah.
Like they're not getting a number 1 pick or number 2 pick. Like, no.
You let somebody who's turned into a great quarterback, point guard in Brunson, and you could have had him at $60 million, but they didn't want to make that offer. And then he had the year that he had last year, and into the playoffs, and then Knicks signed him for 120 or 110, and everybody was like, "Oh, they overpaid." And now, and then on top of that, the Mavericks had to trade for Kyrie.
Yep.
The poison. infiltrated the locker room, and it just continues all over the map. Now, what do you think? We're getting ready for more drama with Kyrie now with the Mavs, and then Luka said the right thing at the press conference, right? He said the right thing. I want to be here. But we've seen this before where a player will be at that last press conference, say, yeah, I want to be here. And then 2 weeks later, the rumors begin,
Of course.
So
Kyrie's probably going to be in his ear like, hey, just say this. And then when the time comes, I'll tell you what to do to get out of here.
What to do, what to say. Kyrie didn't even do his exit interview for the season that all players do. He skipped it. Already starting shit.
He's running out of teams, man. Is he going to pull this shit in the Italian league? You go to the Italian league next to start demanding shit that he can't get over there next.
No, he's going to have to turn into Marbury. He's going to go to China. Be a star.
Marbury, little Stevie Francis.
Well, they'll lock his ass up over there. They won't take his shit in China. No way.
Marbury, I thought was going to get into some trouble there too, but he became like this messiah over there.
Yeah, an ambassador for basketball over there. Him and his $3 sneakers saved the world.
Yes.
Starberries.
Starberry, baby. All right, so next game up.
So the East is set already. No, the East isn't set yet.
No.
We're still missing one more game.
The next game. Yeah, we still got it.
But it's either Heat or Raptors Heat or Bulls, and
Bulls.
The Miami Heat against both of those teams this season are 1-6. So
that was any 1, 2, and 3 are not losing in the East. Like that, it might be 3 sweeps potentially. There's only one good matchup in the East in the first round, and that
one might be a sweep too. I think Donovan Mitchell might. You
have some balls to say that.
No, it's probably the best series of
it is.
East.
Yeah, but back to the game, the Lakers game last night. This was as much a defensive battle as I've seen in the NBA, and I don't know how long. I mean, it was 95-95 coming down to the final minutes. Obviously, Timberwolves were playing shorthanded because they can't get along with each other, and they punch each other on the sidelines. So they go shorthanded. Schroeder hits that 3. LeBron drives in, kicks it out to Schroeder, hits a 3. And then the dumbest play of the year. 0.1 seconds left. Lakers up by 3. And AD fouls somebody shooting a 3. What? Like, I know LeBron wants to go there and punch him in his head. What the hell are you doing? So obviously a boneheaded play there, and they made fun of it. It was in a joking manner after the game, obviously, because they held on to win in overtime. But that was where's your basketball IQ there? Where's a head coach should not have to say, hey, let's not foul a 3-pointer here, right? So, I don't know if you saw in the deal in the post game on court. So LeBron was being interviewed, and he said he called AD. AD was off on the side, and he was like, AD with that boneheaded player or something. He messed up your game winner because Schroeder would have had the game winning shot. But
yeah, because LeBron wasn't taking that.
LeBron makes the right basketball decision. Not our fault.
Yeah, which is him not shooting the ball because he's just gonna miss it.
He tied the game. He drew in 5 players. That's Timberwolves defense. Kick it out, baby. LJ's 4-point play. Love it. Blast from the past. Throwback, baby. All right, so Going on right now, you get the Pelicans and OKC really early on there, so that'll take some time to play out. But as far as the other where are we at here? As far as the other matchups, Mello, you want to go through the matchups here, and we'll pick them. Tim,
absolutely.
Timmy could pretend to pick them.
Hey, this is the part I know. This is when I start paying attention.
So,
Jabroni James says,
"Oh, isn't that his son?"
LeBron, you heard that? You heard that?
So in the East, the first round, we're gonna have Milwaukee versus either the Heat or the Bulls. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that the Bucks win that easily.
That's a tough limb to go out on. I
don't know. My predictions right now are not looking so great. I'm 1-2. I need
the Bucks don't want you. All the
50-50.
teams are like, don't pick me. Don't pick us. Don't pick us. Yeah, the Bucks Bucks are way too talented. Either of those teams don't have anywhere near the talent level.
Yeah, unless Giannis gets hurt, I don't see them losing that first round.
Now you're
anyway.
just look at you jinxing stuff now.
Let's go. It happened in the bubble. It happened in the bubble, and that's how Miami got through.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so but we got the Bucks all the way around here.
Yes,
Bucks all the way around. Next up, then we have the Boston Celtics versus the Atlanta Hawks. Timmy, you want to start us off with the prediction there?
Let's take a guess who I'm picking in this one.
All right, so Tim's got the Hawks in 7. Yeah, I'm going Celtics as well. I think even if they had an injury, they still would beat that team easily.
They're too good, and Trae Young is I can't stand him because of what he did to the Knicks a few years ago in the playoffs.
But the Knicks spitting on him, the fans spitting on him. That's what you can't stand.
The fans. I can't control the fans. What do you want me to do? he must have said something. I'm kidding. I don't condone being spat on, or spitting on people. All right, Celtics. This is a clean sweep.
Yup. And then after that, we have the 76ers from Philadelphia versus the Steve Farace Brooklyn Nets.
Fuck.
That's your hometown.
Oh, wait. Just from an outside looking in, the Nets who traded away KD and Kyrie are in the playoffs, but the Mavericks who received Kyrie and teamed him with Luka did not.
To the Mavs' defense, Luka was hurt for a few games, and they gave up their entire bench for Kyrie. So
just
didn't have much to work.
Just admit he's poison.
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 He's not good.
Never.
He has not made his case any better for me.
No.
I tried, but it's just one thing after the other. I'm like, gosh, Kyrie, like
Summers.
Man, you make it hard to defend you.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that from any other athlete, except maybe Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
But his is like very minor.
Well, now nothing would have happened to him. Any, marijuana and stuff. But he kept on getting suspended after suspension. After suspension, he was like, "I don't care. I was smoking my weed. Okay." What do you mean? What did you do, Summers? I just said, "What's up, Summers?" I didn't say anything else.
So I got the Sixers against
76ers.
Yeah.
Sixers.
This might be 3 sweeps.
It can be.
Did you Charles Barkley yesterday?
Maybe the Hawks pull off one, but
Wait. Barkley yesterday, he said, "Hey, everybody, you fans out there, they're gonna try and trick you to watch these games. Don't watch these games; they suck. But just watch. Just the only." And then he said the only series worth watching is Knicks and Cavs. And then I think Ernie said, "Oh, I guess you're not going to be the ambassador for advertising."
Hey, he's being honest.
Yeah, look, Chuck, he's always honest.
Yeah, but then he said, "Well, I didn't say that." He was like, "But you don't want to watch those games."
But I like what he said. Like what he said about the Rudy Gobert thing when he punched his teammate and then he like backs away after punching him.
Yeah,
it's like, how do you go ahead and punch somebody and then you back away?
Yeah.
Like no one was holding him back.
Troublemaker, man.
So then, that's the final matchup in the East. It is the New York Knicks versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm wondering where the boss. Where are you leaning towards?
I'm going with the Knicks, and with some confidence this time.
With some confidence.
With some confidence. I do have some confidence in this team. I think obviously Cleveland has Mitchell. His name is Donovan Mitchell, not McNabb. I'm training my brain. But do they have the shooters to keep up with the Knicks? The Knicks defense has played a lot better than Cleveland. So I think it's a very evenly matched series. I don't think either team runs away with it. I think this goes 7. And the Knicks played really well on the road this year. So even in a playoff atmosphere, I don't Summers, I'm making fun of myself. I always call him Donovan McNabb. And that's what happens. That's what I do. All right. So I do have the Knicks. I have the Knicks winning in 7.
All right. I'm gonna go opposite of you. I'm gonna go Cavs. And I'm gonna say they win in 6. I think they'll win in Cleveland.
I got me the Knicks in 6.
Bam! Love it, Timmy. Love it, Timmy. That's what I'm talking about.
A bunch of homers.
I'm far from a homer, but I think the Knicks will win this one.
All right. So then we got the East wrapped up there. Next up, then we have the West.
He just has this infatuation with Cleveland for some reason.
Maybe I don't like Cleveland, except
Baker,
certain players that play in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Odell was there.
Yeah, let's get to him soon.
We're gonna get to it.
I know you can't wait. so then in the West, we still don't know what who the Nuggets will be playing, but it will either be the Timberwolves, the Pelicans, or the Thunder. I have it being the Pelicans.
So the Thunder.
And I still don't think Denver loses to any one of those teams.
No, Nugget.
No, Nugget.
So it's safe to say we have the Nuggets.
Owen Hart, the Nugget.
I am not a Nugget.
I saw the other day that remember that little skinny long ass time ago. It was like he came on to do the voices and he imitated. And he was like, "Woo!"
Jason Sensation.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember. I couldn't remember his name.
Yeah, that was his name. He almost committed suicide on live on the internet not too long ago.
What?
Yeah. He was on the internet and
oh my god,
almost committed suicide like live.
That got dark.
Yeah, it got dark quick.
Sheesh.
Tom Brady, what are you doing, Summers? What here?
Chris is he's contractually obligated to mention Tom Brady's name once a day.
Oh my god. So Nuggets with a clean sweep. I'm thinking.
Yes.
Not sweeping the series. Oh, maybe sweeping the series, but I'm talking about the threes of us. Pelicans 19, Thunder 10. Midway through the first. Super Bowl talk. We're 2 months late, bro. 3 months late. What are you doing?
I'm talking about the draft there, Chris. The draft. I have to get drunk this year.
You gonna get drunk for the draft? Let's do it.
I
nice little brief delay here.
Oh, you're on a delay. The Miami. The Miami.
Yeah, you know it's raining out over here. It hasn't not stopped.
Are you guys in a
so ready for 2 versus 7?
No, I enjoyed it, Timmy. My pool got nice and filled up. The grass, dad talk here. Grass needed it. All those dad things to say.
Are you taking care of the possums? Take care of the possums.
They would stay away.
They're getting showered.
Take care of those cute little exterminators.
We had birds. The baby just hatched, and I saw these crows going around. I got to protect. I went out there. I got the crows out of there. But this was around the time last year that the possums do eat tiny birds and their eggs. So you got to watch for that too. I'll fight a possum over the babies. No, I'm just kidding. I'll get the hell out of there.
Over a bird?
You ain't fighting no possum.
A bird that's gonna ruin your car,
bro. They don't even. They don't even like hesitate. I stomped at one of them that one time that I sent the picture, and the shit didn't move. It was like, I'm not scared of you.
One day, Steve, I swear to God, I'm gonna at 3 a.m. for no reason. I'm gonna go live, and it's gonna be possum talk, and I'm just gonna spend 30 minutes talking about possums, and I'm gonna slick my hair down and wear glasses and have a little fake possum with me, and you can be like, "What the hell is this?"
I don't remember if it was this past Christmas or the Christmas before, but my wife got the dog a little chew toy, and it was a possum. I'm like, why would you do that to me? Do we want to get divorced right now?
Possum talk coming soon at 3 a.m.
Skeevy.
It's a squirrel.
It's a squirrel,
right?
Squirrel. All right, let's get back. Let's get away from these possums. You said Grizzlies Lakers, right?
Grizzlies Lakers is next, and this is a toughie, I think, just because I feel like the Lakers are a sneaky 7.
This is a nightmare scenario for a top seed, right? A team that didn't get it together until the end. They're at the 7th seed, and now they have the talent of a top 3 team. And had they made that trade earlier in the year, not started off 2-10, then they would have been seeded higher. But this could be trouble. I think it will be. I think the Lakers are going to pull this out.
They're also all healthy now. Like LeBron's healthy, AD's healthy.
For now, with AD
coming in, you're right.
AD had a moment yesterday. He held his hip, but somebody need him like right in the side. They better put some bubble wrap around his. Put bubble wrap under the shorts. They protect the hips at least.
That should be a parlay for or a betting thing for the Lakers. Will Anthony Davis show any sign of being hurt?
Oh, every
game
is
a 500.
It should be. Oh no, it's how many times? It's like over 2.5. Yeah,
right.
Wincing in pain or not being able to get back up. All right, so I think the Lakers win, and I know we haven't been giving too many series lengths, but like in 6.
I think I'm going to be optimistic on this one, and I'm going to go with the Grizzlies here, and I think it also will be in 6.
You just opposite me.
Tim,
I know you're not picking the Lakers.
I am.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Ooh.
I am actually picking them in an upset for the first round. It's just what they do. It's just what they do to aggravate me. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Lakers with a first round upset.
Summers calling him LeBum.
I would not be surprised, honestly.
Like you said, they're a top 3 team, acting like a shitty non-playoff team. But all of a sudden they get their shit together and then they might make a run. So never count them out. But I like a first round upset.
They had a point. What was it? 0.03 or 0.0 something % chance of making the playoffs after starting 2-10. I mean, the season's long, and with LeBron and AD, you can get that together. But again, the trades that they made should have happened long before. I mean, the world knew it. They just weren't pulling any triggers.
That's true, until LeBron put the hammer down. Come on, you know he's a GM there. It ain't Rob Pelinka. He ain't doing nothing.
That's how they got in. Well, that's the owner's fault and problem. That, like, you bringing in Westbrook, like Westbrook isn't gonna fit in there. Westbrook needs to have the ball. Westbrook needs to do his thing and be able to freely airball 3-pointers without being yelled at, and then be able to do it again and again and keep on shooting. So that was never going to work out, but the 2-10 start showed that.
All right. After that, we have the surprisingly Sacramento Kings against the reigning champions, Golden State Warriors. And they do not have home court advantage. It is the Kings, even though they're all in California, which apparently is the first time that's happened, that all the California teams have made the playoffs.
Oh, wow. Look at that. All 4 of them.
Yep.
I got
the Warriors.
Warriors. That's what I got. Warriors also.
And no love for
the. To grab. They don't. I hate to be that
Kings,
the guys,
but
I know, right? The store Shaq. I mean, we used to call them Sacramento Queens.
Do I want to go upset here? I'll go Warriors, yeah. Just to play it safe.
I think that's the right move. That's why I said in the East, I don't see any scenario where any of the top three, but in the West, I can see 2 of them falling. At least there's a possibility of it.
Yeah. And then the last matchup we have is the Phoenix Suns versus the Los Angeles Clippers.
Suns.
Yeah, I'm going Suns on this one. No Paul George makes the series less entertaining to watch.
Much less entertaining. And Kate, I saw a stat on, I don't have it in front of me, but he had a stat that's never been done before. It was field goal percentage above, it was like 50, 45, 90, 3-point percentage, and then free throw percentage over 90%. Never been done in the history of basketball. And then the other thing that I guess we don't notice because he plays games so few and far between, but the last 27 games that he's played, his team is 25-2. And with the talent that they have now with Phoenix, it would have been a much better series had Paul George not been hurt. I mean, is he going to come back? Who knows? I mean,
I think even if he does, it won't make a difference. He's not
he's not going to be at 100%, right? No. Yeah. So I got the Suns. So a sweep? Is that a sweep? Do we all say Suns?
Yep.
Bringing out the brooms.
All right. So that's the first round, and then we'll revisit in our upcoming shows. The Thunder have now taken the lead, 28-25. They've been entertaining games. You can't say that. You can't say that they added shitty games. I mean, they're
going to have to make it entertaining if you're going to have the Bucks versus one of these bums.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 100% right.
Nah, Celtics.
All right. So that's our NBA talk. Let's move it on over to football. Let's do some football. Let's go to Odell Beckham Jr. Big news. Odell actually announces it himself on the gram. Said he's going to Baltimore. And so twofold here on the gram.
Jesus.
You want me to say the talk? At least I've heard people say the gram.
That's what the kids are saying, the gram.
Yeah. No, Summers, we're keeping it tight tonight. That's what she said.
Yeah, we don't need 30 minutes of Tom Brady talk. Sorry.
Retire. He's playing beach football now. Go find him on Tampa pickleball.
And when I watch
pickleball.
When I watch a Brady movie, I'll give you my review. The old lady movie. What
he watched it. He loved it.
80 was it 80 for Brady? What is it called? Sorry,
80 for Brady.
Yeah, the 80-year-olds. The 80-year-old ladies. All right, so Timmy, what? Well, let's do twofold. Go around here. What do you think about him signing with Baltimore? And do you believe that this solidifies Lamar Jackson returning to the team and no longer wanting out?
Well, we can no longer say it's about winning because you don't sign with Baltimore if you want to win. So this was about money and only about money. So you know what? Screw him because he had I hate to say it, he had a better shot at Dallas for winning a Super Bowl. You know, he could have came home. It would have been nice, a nice story, but nope. $18 million for money for a year, all about the money.
And what was it? 15 guaranteed, right? 15.
Yeah, and this does not guarantee Lamar is going to come home. However, I have a feeling Lamar is going to wait to the draft, see if they pick up another speedy wide receiver, another one of these young kids to get the offense going, and maybe he will come back. But I think it's too late. I don't think he's going to come back. I still think he wants out. I think at this point, him being his own agent, he's too stubborn to admit that it was a dumbass move to do. I still think he's gone. So congratulations, Odell. You're getting your money, and you have nobody to throw the ball to you. So good luck with that.
As of right now, yeah, that's right. Mello?
I mean, to Odell's defense, if he would have came to the Giants, he still would have had no one to throw the ball to. But that's not what we're talking about. I do agree with Timmy. He definitely did it for the money, and I don't blame him. I'm pretty sure no one else was offering that man $18 million for 1 year.
Vince McMahon.
It's really all
about the money. We could tie this back to wrestling all day.
We can't.
Wrestling and Seinfeld. There's always connections.
He's already won a championship, so I feel like that's second tier in his mind. He wants to get his money since he's been hurt, and these idiots gave it to him. And here's where like the Lamar thing kind of gets tricky. Like, yeah, it makes it more intriguing. Like, okay, I have a weapon. But the reason that Lamar wanted to leave wasn't because they weren't giving him weapons. It was because he wasn't getting paid. And now they went and gave Odell a shit ton of money, and they're still not willing to negotiate with whatever nonsense money Lamar Jackson wants. So is he going to leave? I don't know. I feel like he should just put up with it for the 1 year, make his value a little bit more higher now that he has weapons. And yeah, then he's gone for sure.
And you know what you said? You said he won a championship. Did he?
He was very pivotal to the first quarter.
For the first quarter, exactly. Now I'm thinking in my head, I want to be there on the field celebrating when it's all over, shower with the confetti, and get on Fox next to senile, what's his name, Terry Bradshaw, and insult me in some way possible. I don't know. I would still want to be out there to win that championship more than enough money.
Terry Bradshaw. Man.
No, you're right.
He's like, hey, okay.
That's why he did it.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that's why he did a 1 year deal, though.
Let me get a bump. Yeah. It's a 1 year. For me, it's a 1 year deal to, show that you are still who you were, and then next year you can go out and get your 4 or 5 year deal, whatever happens there. And then as far as Lamar is concerned, you're right, Mello. The reason behind all this was money. He's not getting it from anybody. Like, there's been nothing because they don't want to pay and give up 2 first-round picks. I mean, it's asking a lot. And you got to be careful with the social media things. You see them hanging out. Lamar is happy. They're out partying. So now it's, this is going to come back together. Not necessarily, but I think Lamar just has to just go back. This cannot become a pride thing, because otherwise, what are you going to sit out? You're going to stop playing football? No, go back to the Ravens. You have the most talented wide receiver you've ever played with is going to be on the field with you. Let's see what they can do. Can they grab a third round running back to help out with the running game? Can they help solidify the offensive line? Although it's been pretty good, and the defense is okay. So is another speed demon here and there, like Timmy said, and Baltimore could potentially be a dangerous team. But I mean, at the end of the day, Lamar, this is another opportunity for Lamar to prove his worth. If he could stay healthy for the full year and team up with Odell and have a good season, then he's in the market. Then he can get paid in the offseason by anybody. You don't have to worry about these shenanigans with the tags,
franchise tags.
Yeah.
Can you pop up what Chris wrote there? Chris, Belichick shopped Mac Jones around all year. No one bit. Nobody wants the guy. And you really want to give up your entire future for Lamar Jackson? I'm sorry. I'm going to be the first to say it. He ain't worth it. He ain't worth the headache. He ain't worth the draft picks. He ain't worth the money right now. And he's more of a head case to at this point. You represent yourself. It's an asinine thing to do in this world of business and football. You play, you let someone else do all the hard shit for you. That's the point of an agent. That's the point of a publicist. That's the point of a manager. Mm-hmm. They do all that bullshit. You go out and you play the game. You don't worry about nothing. By the way, you have a signing today. Okay, blah, 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 blah. It's all done. Right. Bill Belichick ain't bringing him in no freaking way. But so they shot Mac Jones to several teams, and all teams said, what are you, crazy? I don't want Mac Jones. I'm not taking Mac Jones. So good luck with that. But I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, now he says true. He agrees
with
you.
But I am proud of all these teams for not giving in to all these lunatics. Lamar, what the other idiot? I can't think of his. I can't think of his name. Rodgers. Wow, that slipped right out of my mind. Aaron Rodgers. I'm proud of these teams for not giving in.
It's not giving in to him.
No, it's giving into lunacy. It's giving into, it is. It is giving into him because it's like he thinks he's Jesus, for Christ's sake, coming out of his cave after 3 days.
Oh yeah, right.
I am not the Messiah.
I have heard legends of him walking on water. So.
Oh my God.
So we think that Rodgers and Lamar both stay in their teams, or is one both?
I mean, like I said, I'm proud of Green Bay for sticking to what they want, and I'm proud of the Jets for not biting on it. I really am, because I hope it teaches some of these players in the future. You're not going to get everything you want. Stop crying like a bitch. You know who needs that? The NBA needs stuff like this going on. Stop giving in to these guys.
You're never going to do it.
Giving them everything they want, because you create a league of crybaby bitches.
The playbees. You see what you did? You players and babies. Playbees. Word of the day.
Copyright that word, playbees. It belongs to us now.
Playbees. All right. So
definitely make sure you do that after the show, boss.
Copyright playbees.
They the NBA. It's done. They've already given too much over to the players. I mean that's. I don't know if there's a way to come back from that league, but you're absolutely right, Timmy. Because now with the whole Aaron Rodgers situation, there's a stalemate there. Good, like you said, good on both teams. And I've said this a few times now, but Rodgers in that very initial interview with Pat McAfee, when he said, like, he took that opportunity to create the narrative that the Packers should do the right thing because he's one of the top, what he said, the best player, in franchise history. So they should do the right thing by him. So maybe, but that's more so if you're going to pay a guy like a Dwayne Wade, right? Dwayne Wade should have gotten paid. Take care of him because he sure as hell took care of the Heat. But with like Rodgers, I mean, the Packers have been dealing with this every single offseason, and now they have a business to run too. So yes, maybe give a little bit, but don't just give up Rodgers for nothing when you've seen Stafford get traded for this, and this guy get traded for Russell Wilson get traded and just become garbage.
So yeah, the right thing to do is completely sacrifice the future of an entire franchise for your old ass. No, if it was strictly money, that's one thing. But we're talking draft picks, we're talking players, we're talking a lot of stuff going on for the future of your franchise. No.
And Rodgers doesn't want to screw his new team, so he certainly doesn't want the Jets giving up too much. It's wild. But now the talk is, now the sneakiness is that the 49ers are chilling like outside the door, maybe sliding in DMs while this relationship isn't working out. I don't know.
Good for the Jets.
Go back home,
to win a title.
If you can't beat him, join him. Right? Kevin Durant did it best.
That's a title. That's a title right there. 49ers win the Super Bowl. If health is there, I would mark the 49ers down Super Bowl favorites right now if they got Rodgers.
God, but you have to win. Again, he's not playing 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. You got to win this year.
Yeah,
coming up. That's why I don't think the Jets will make that deal. He's not playing 2 years.
You'd have to guarantee a second year. For me, if I'm the Jets GM, I would make Rodgers guarantee he's coming back for a second year, outside of a career-ending injury, of course. But
because the Jets are a playoff team. We don't know if they're a Super Bowl team. So instead, you got to make sure they have that extra year to fix what goes wrong this year. I don't see him doing that. I think this is a 1 year. Okay, we suck this year. I'm retiring. Got to go back to my cave and whatever. So, good for the Jets, good for the Packers, good for the Ravens. But then again, with the Ravens, though, it's just about money, which I'm kind of on Lamar's side. I'm your franchise player. Pay me. But now you just gave $18 million to a guy who can't stay healthy. That doesn't make any sense to me either. So
if you bring back Lamar, now you got two guys that potentially can't stay healthy.
And if you're the Ravens, you know what Odell's cap hit is? It's not full.
No, it's just I think I saw 8 point some odd.
No, it's not too bad then.
Was it? No. It's not a terrible deal. Because if Odell works out, then it's a bargain. But it's all going to be on the I mean, if everybody's got their head screwed on right, Lamar's back with the Ravens, Odell's there, they're trying to take off, and then I don't know. The Jets fans will lose their shit. If they don't get Rodgers, they've been talking about Rodgers for months, ever since the rumors started. If they do not get Rodgers, first of all, who do they get? And number two, they will all lose their shit. There will be an explosion, and it'll be the Jets fans' heads exploding.
Listen, I would say good for you, Jets, not giving up. Now if they didn't give up, one pick and one guy, all right, you're an idiot. But if the Packers wanted 3 first rounders, 2 second rounders, Sauce Gardner, and somebody else, then good. I'm glad the Jets didn't make that fucking deal. Yeah. So good for them. Write it out with the mom banger for now and see what happens.
Oh man. All right, so still wait and see. And draft coming up in a couple weeks. We'll find out a ton before then, because these teams are going to want to make these moves, and forget about it. If the Rodgers thing doesn't happen before the draft, then the Packers well, how does this help us this year? And plus, it's the cap hit, the dead cap hit for the Packers. So this is a very complicated situation, way above our pay grades, but we'll see what happens. But I do like the teams holding firm on what they said. But I do like you said, Lamar should be getting paid more than Kyler Murray.
Oh God, yes.
And he hasn't been offered that,
which is crazy, because I don't understand that thinking. But let me ask you guys real quick. I know we'll get to the draft later, but as of right now, the Giants moves that they made, since we're all Giants fans, Who do you want to see them draft? What position? Just out of curiosity, in my own personal opinion, I want to know what you guys think.
I know that they've been bringing in the wide receivers this week, and I don't know if I want because I want Daniel Jones to have every opportunity afforded to him, and we really find out. Oh well, Mello. So it doesn't look like you. I've talked about Zay Flowers and these guys, but where's your head at, Mello?
In the first round, I wouldn't want a receiver. I just feel like they do better at picking those young guys like in the back, like in the third, fourth round. First round, I don't feel like we've done a great job picking receivers besides Odell. I honestly, just like you, I would want to not make an excuse for Daniel Jones, and I mean, I would want a lineman.
Mello's like, I don't care what, as long as if Daniel Jones sucks, I don't want any excuses. That's what
exactly. I don't want it to be like, oh man, his left tackle is garbage. Oh, he has Flowers there, just like Eli did for freaking 3 years,
Flowers.
And could only get holding calls every other time.
On the show.
every time that yellow flag went in the air, I just go holding Flowers.
Holding number 73.
Flowers. Like, I knew it before the referee even said it. He was garbage.
So yeah, I would want alignment just because I feel like their defense, they're picking up like guys in the off season where it's filling in a lot of little gaps, and they still have a little bit of couple people that they can get. So I would want an O-lineman.
I'm looking at some of the latest mock drafts.
Most people have us taking either Flowers or Jordan Addison out of USC. They say
this guy on CBS has him taking a defensive lineman.
Defensive lineman?
Miles Murphy.
Really? That's the first I heard of that. I like, okay, I'm going to senile. What's his name? Hang on. Let me check real quick.
I also wouldn't mind them trading the pick.
Oh, they have Minnesota taking Zay Flowers. Oh, Zay Flowers and Jefferson?
Cousins. I think Zay Flowers is
still not going to get past the first round.
I think he's getting a lot earlier than people think. Zay Flowers. I think he's going to go a lot earlier than people are projecting.
They have him 23rd on this one.
All the wide receivers are down. You got like four or five quarterbacks predicted to go in the top 10. Then all like linemen, and then like all receivers towards the end of the draft. It's really weird how they got them all packed together like that.
Yeah, just the one Quentin Johnson. They have him on this one to New England at 14. Who did this one? Let's see. Will Brinson on CBS Sports.
I'll tell you who I like right now.
Interessante.
Well, I like Peter
I'm an idiot. I'm not an idiot. Brinson's an idiot. The title of this article is "Let's Anger Every Single NFL Fan Base with the Worst Mock Draft Ever."
Oh, God.
Oh, jerks.
What's that kid? Where is that kid? Fuck Miles.
In the meantime, where do we stand on Saquon? Are we going to make anything about this or no? We're just going to...
Oh, that's next. That's next.
I wasn't sure if it was going to get brought up or we're just going to, brush it to the side and, think that it didn't happen.
I don't know where his name is now. But anyway, I would be happy if they took a receiver. I'd be happy if they took... I mean, if there was a mean-ass linebacker out there, I'd like that also. But I'm kind of going with Dave at this point. I don't have the kid's name in front of me, but he can play center. He can play guard. He's a big, nasty, upfront guy. I think that would have to be my... I forget his name. Already.
Okay.
But yeah, he can play guard or center. I think that's... And again, that fills in two of the major gaps that we need, which is guard and center. Wide receivers, I think, can... Like you said, they're a dime a dozen at this point. So, okay, we don't have the best one, but I think we still get a great one in the second round. So I'm going with my big fat guard center guy. That's what I'm looking at.
So on Pro Football Network, they have the Giants taking John Michael Schmitz, guard center out of Minnesota.
Is that him? I think that's him because he also plays guard, right? I think it says it.
Yeah.
I think that's him.
Those close to the organization have spoken with me, telling me that the feeling is that the team would take Schmitz over Zay Flowers at this point. Then they have Zay Flowers going to the Cowboys at 26.
Oh, so now that I don't want.
Of course.
Yeah.
That I don't want.
Mother lovers, man, all the time. But do they need another receiver? Didn't they just get someone else?
They got Brandon Cooks.
Yeah. They don't need another receiver.
Well, having a guy on a rookie contract can't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they had to pay him top wide receiver money, that's one thing. But a rookie contract's not a big deal. So you get a weapon like that on a rookie contract for 4 years, why not?
No, yeah, it's not a bad idea. I just feel like what are they? Well, I mean, now that they lost Zeke, they lost their big running option, so they're gonna have to throw the ball.
I don't think Zeke is even going to make a difference in that offense. They got Pollard, who's always been better.
No,
They're going to miss.
We'll see with the whole. We'll see when Pollard has this entire first starting year this year. What happens?
Look, the bottom line is they still have Dak Prescott at quarterback, so it really don't make a difference.
Exactly why? It's like they're just going to rely on Dak to throw the ball to these guys and not turn it over.
No,
not lead the league in interceptions after missing how many games? Still led the league in interceptions. Good job, Dak. Who? There was a guy today. And I can't remember his name. Was it Michael Mayer? There's somebody who got into a car accident, a tight end.
Ooh. Did not hear that.
And I can't remember who it is. I'm like Timmy. Well, I'm bad with names anyway.
I don't know. I didn't hear anything.
Car accident. Tight end.
Well, whoever I say, every year we go through this. Whoever I pick for them to pick, they're not going to pick. So.
It was a wide receiver. Sorry, thought it was a tight end. Michael Jefferson.
Jefferson, yes.
Somebody died in this accident. Considered to be a mid-round prospect, was involved in what Alabama law enforcement say was a head-on collision with another vehicle. Fatal crash in Alabama. 55-year-old man who was not wearing a seatbelt pronounced dead at the site.
Jesus.
And was he a top whatever first round projected player?
It says mid-round, but he's had I lost it. He's been
sounds like a Raider to me.
I lost the thing where it says that he's had surgeries since, but all right. I thought it was sorry, Michael Mayer, wasn't you? All right. So next up, let's see some reactions to Saquon not signing his tag before all the required attendance stuff starts happening next week. Timmy,
shame.
Talk to us.
That's all I'm saying. Shame. I mean, I'm at the point where, you know what? Fuck them. That's all I'm going to say. Fuck them. Because that's not right. It's not right considering they've had patience with him. They've given him all the chances. They want him to come back. That's great. He had a pretty good year. Well, he had a pretty good first half. He can still play. But you know what? The way it had to be this year, sign your goddamn thing for 1 year. You'll get your money next year. Don't be a dick. Again, the running back position is so. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not what it used to be. That's for damn sure. It's not. Right. It's not even close. I mean, when you're throwing away Elliott like the way they are, when Christian McCaffrey's only making, what is he making? Christian McCaffrey 16, 15?
Yeah.
And you want
and then
16, I think.
What's his name? Who was it? Took a pay cut, $5 million pay cut.
Yeah. After all that, you're not Christian McCaffrey.
Aaron Jones.
Yeah, you're not Christian McCaffrey. You're not Aaron Jones. I'm sorry, and I'm saying that only because of the injuries, not because of your talent. What could have been. So I think it's very, very bad on his part, on his character, and I don't hope the Giants don't get bullied by him. I mean, does he deserve a little more money? Sure, but that's considering a non-injury year, and I don't know. I'm a little biased. I think I'm more like, don't pull this shit with us now, right before OTAs are starting and all that stuff. So he could have done this a month ago and said, I'm not signing this until we come up with a better deal. But right before OTAs and all that stuff starts, that's bullshit.
Bullshit. I think I saw right before we started, Dexter Lawrence is also going to sit out OTAs due to contract situation. Mello, your thoughts?
Oh, I love that we paid our quarterback so much money. No, I'm on Timmy's side here. I think if you had a problem with it, it should have came up as soon as it happened, not months later. Now, right before the start of OT, like it just seems kind of like a dickish move. And I mean, it's not the first time we've seen running backs do that. Didn't Derrick Henry do this a couple years back?
They all
so
do.
It's like, I don't like it. I get it. They're protecting themselves and caring about themselves since the owners don't or whatever. But yeah, it should have been done right away. It shouldn't have waited right until this very moment to be like, yeah, you know what about that? I'm not going to sign it right now.
Yeah, it's selfish bullshit.
No, it's not professional.
And I said at this point, the running back is not what they used to be. So, I mean, the Giants might be like, all right, sit out. Well, we'll find somebody to run the ball. We'll find someone who can in an offense where we don't know what the hell we're gonna do. We don't know what we're gonna do.
Don't say Zeke.
Didn't he sign? He didn't sign with anybody yet.
I don't think so.
Did I have a dream? I must have dreamt that he signed somewhere. Then.
Oh, where did he sign? We got to put this. We got to put some money on this.
Maybe it was Madden. Maybe it was Madden where he signed somewhere. And I was like, oh, Zeke signed. I think he signed with the Ravens either in my dream or in Madden, one or the other.
Ooh.
Yeah. Zeke, Odell, and Lamar.
You know what?
I think that's where he signed in my dream.
I think we need to put some
Andrews. Mark Andrews.
If he goes to the Ravens, I'm gonna start wearing a Swami hat and.
All right. Well, I'm with you guys. What happened to this whole thing that Barkley was not out to set the new standard?
He's literally said that I don't want to get paid as much as. I don't know. It's just so weird. That's why, like, when it came up, I was like, "What?"
Right, and then they had talked about potentially like maybe mirroring. I think it was Nick Chubb's contract where he took like $6 million in the first year just to work things out. I guess the difference is here, Saquon would be putting a heavy gamble on himself, seeing his injury history, on just taking $6 million for the first year and then potentially getting hurt and be done. So, but I'm with you guys. The Giants don't typically let themselves get bullied around, and I don't see this leadership getting bullied around. So I mean, it sucks, and it's gonna be interesting to see how it works stuff out. But yeah, I was pretty bummed about that.
He must have talked to Daniel Jones' agent.
But he doesn't want to set the market at 16 like Christian McCaffrey. Let's say he's telling the truth. Well, then what do you want? Like you said, Aaron Jones just took a cut. Ezekiel Elliott got fucking cut. The franchise player got cut like it was nothing. What are you looking for then? What are you looking for like another 500,000 and you're being a dick over that? Like what exactly do you want that if you're telling the truth about not wanting to set the market? Because I hate to tell you, you're not Christian McCaffrey. You're not. So what are you looking for? I don't understand it. Play the year. You have a good year. You will get paid. It's as simple as that. But you didn't want to do it. Then you know what? Goodbye. You got to start thinking like a GM now. You can't start thinking with your heart anymore. I spent the first 20 years of my life thinking that way, being offended when people left and getting upset when people. Now you realize it's a business. It's all a business. So you know what? Goodbye.
Yeah, of course. McCaffrey's making in 2023. He's going to make 19.5. But even he had the lower. I mean, his salary in 2022, the first year of it was 8.7.
Yeah.
So this seems like this is a trend, and Aaron Jones, I just got the numbers. He took his salary from 16 million to 11 million, and then they converted most of it into a bonus. So his base salary is 1.1 million.
And what was Saquon going to make? 10 this year?
Yeah,
he was going to make 10, I think.
Yeah,
on the 10 point whatever.
So you were going to make more than Christian McCaffrey made last year, who went to the Super Bowl. Where are you upset about that? Like where's the upsetting part of that? Again, you play for 10 million this year, you'll get your 15, 16 next year if Giants have a good year and you perform and you don't get hurt.
Right.
I don't know. It's greed. It's just too much greed, especially coming, like I said, coming from a position that I hate to tell you doesn't have any bargaining chips anymore. It just doesn't.
It's very
because you see all these
running backs.
Yeah, you see these no-name running backs emerging every year that weren't necessarily deemed to be saying, "Oh, this guy's going to be a top 5 guy," but then, he's 1,200 yards in, helping his team.
Why do you think fantasy people draft running backs first? Because they're the most important? No, because they're so goddamn rare that if you miss out of the first top 5, you're screwed. Mm-hmm. You miss your McCaffrey's, your top 3. That's it. You're screwed. You might as well go right to wide receiver or pick a fucking Patrick Mahomes in the first round to get those points made up for. That's what people don't understand either. Fantasy will teach you a little bit about that. It's not because they're the best position to have, will make the most points. It's because they're fucking rare.
They're scarce,
they are.
And then, like you said, there's a tier that is those are the horses. Those are the every down backs. But then once you get past those, you're in a mix. And God forbid you get into like the Patriots running back situation, or even the Tampa Bucks deal from last year, split carries, and that's from a fantasy perspective.
Yeah, so nowadays you have your 2 guys now, and they're splitting it because they need less work. It's not your one guy. Very, like you said, very rare of those guys.
Yeah,
you got a handful of them.
Yeah, see, again with the Cowboys, Pollard would carry the ball down to the 20, then you brought Zeke in to finish it off. That's kind of what we used to do with with Thunder and Lightning and fucking Tiki Barber and whoever, and this, that's how it used to work. Brandon Jacobs and Ahmad Bradshaw, that fucking wacky couple. You know what I mean? That's how we used to do it, and it worked. Yeah. But from a fantasy perspective, it's like, ooh, that sucks. It's like, so you're telling me they're taking my guy out to put in the guy who's going to run in from 3 yards to get the points? That sucks.
The worst. Yeah. Freaking what do they call them? Touchdown vultures. Vultures. All right, let's get to baseball here. There is a perfect team after just about 2 weeks of baseball. There's a perfect team out there. Probably averages about 12,000 people a game. The Tampa Rays. They are now 12-0. They just beat the Red Sox tonight. Kind of nuts. First time since 1987 that this has happened, and that was the 87 Brewers. And in the month of May, that same team lost 13 straight.
There you go.
So it's early, everybody. Now 12-0 is fantastic, but everybody just remember there's 150 games to go. 150 games to go, but they've got like they're like 32, 33 home runs through the first 12 games. It's absurd what they're doing, and it's worse, more than absurd, that nobody's going out there to watch this damn team. It's like Rick and his family, and that's it. Goes to the Tampa games.
And I don't think I can name 3 Rays. I don't think I can. I honestly don't think I'm not trying to be a dick about it. I honestly don't think I can name.
But that's Rays. What they do. That's
the guy from the World Baseball Classic. What's his name?
Rosarena.
Rosarena. That's about it.
All right, if you say so.
You got the third baseman. I see. I play. I have a couple of them on my.
Don't they have a Choi? A Cho?
He's hurt first right now, but yes, Choi,
first baseman.
Yeah.
I like to kill the Yankees with doubles down the fucking right.
2 guys. Let's
All right.
Name their starting 5 rotation, then I'll be impressed.
No way.
I'm pretty sure the manager can't even name him. They're just like, did you pitch the other day? No. All right, you go.
Give me 25. Move him over to third. Give me that guy.
That guy's a popcorn guy. Yeah, bring him down here. He's good.
Yeah, so I mean, the Yankees are at 8-4, Toronto 8-4, but they sit 4 games out. Weird after 2 weeks. Timmy, what's your take on how the Yankees have started out?
Okay. Yeah, again, the way they always do it. It's a good start. They look impressive some days. Some days they look a little sluggish, a little distraught. Judge is off to a good start. The pitching is a little better than I thought it was going to be. But I still think they got to really improve on that pitching. Yeah, that's really about it. But 8-4 is right where I would think they were going to. I think they were going to be 12-0. But like I said, I'm happy. I'm happy Judge is off to a good start because when he hits 1 home run less than last year, he had a fucking off year. He sucks. Trade him. That's all it's going to be. We hear from him when people go, he sucks this year. Yeah, I know he sucks this year with 50 home runs instead of 60. So yeah, I can't stand people like that. But yeah, I think they're off to a pretty good start.
The Rays have scored 92 runs this year, and they've given up 27. Silly.
And again, name a pitcher.
Yeah, wild. It's wild how they do it. The other team in Florida, the Marlins, are off to a 6-7 start.
Yeah, baby.
Hey, that's third place.
On the way to the wild card.
According to the New York media, the Mets are eliminated already.
Yeah.
That's why I don't know.
Oh, they are. And according to Tiki Barber, according to Tiki Barber, he says that Max Scherzer is no longer a dominant pitcher.
Why is he commenting on baseball now?
because he's got his show in New York, so he talks about everything. They talk about it.
I've been so wrong about football. I gotta go see if I'm right about baseball.
Yeah.
Where do you get off saying Max Scherzer is no longer a dominant pitcher? I mean, it's been 3 starts. Chill out. He just beat one of the best lineups in baseball, the Padres, the other day. I mean, Miami, when Sandy Alcantara gives up 9 runs in a game, that's you're going bad. And I have him in both of my fantasy leagues. Bastard really screwed me over. He did negative points in one.
It's one game.
But their new second baseman that they got from Minnesota just hit for the cycle yesterday, 4 for 5, first cycle in Marlins history. Yep. I do have him in one of my leagues, so that helped. But the guy's batting .547.
Jeez.
Every time I was at the games, the 2 games that I went to down here, base hit, 3-4. What the hell's going on? This guy is a hitting machine, and good pickup by the Marlins, but they gave up good pitcher back in return to the Twins. The Mets, like Timmy says, the New York media has the Mets eliminated from playoff contention. They did just take care of business against the Padres. Listen, it's a long season. The Mets are 7-6. The Yankees 8-4, and the Marlins 6-7. Should we keep the standings behind us?
You should. But I was going to call in. I was going to call in. You guys are doing put it in the books, but I'll say someone on that show doesn't have a sense of humor. Because I was going to call in and say, congratulations, guys. Welcome to the world of being a contender. Because this is what happens. As soon as you're a contender and a favorite, you get shit on constantly. That's all it is. I was going to say, welcome to being a Yankee fan, but I know someone on that show would take it wrong. And then someone else in the comments would fucking attack me like I said something wrong. So I said, you know what? My blood pressure wasn't good that day. So I'm not going to call in for that today.
Not today. Yeah, it's wild. To say the least. But Alonso's got 6 home runs, 13 RBIs. I'm not worried about him. I'm not worried about anything right now. And it's not like the Braves have been going crazy. I know they got off to a 6-1 start, but they're now 9-4, so 3-3 over the last 6. I mean, this is what it's going to be. Phillies 4-8. Phillies 4-8.
You're supposed to be 10-0 right now. Undefeated right now. That's the way certain people had it. I mean, when you're not that, that's it. It's the end. You guys are done.
That's it. I mean, we're through a full 2 weeks. This is exactly. Arizona is clearly going to win the West, right? They're in first place right now. I had no idea. Pittsburgh 7-5, baby. They're on their way. What else? The Angels are in first place. Texas, they're tied for first. Houston's at 6-7. Jacob deGrom threw 7 strong innings yesterday. I don't like it. You know what got to me today? Somebody had a comment. Not got to me, but it was the first time I was like, damn. But somebody made a comment that the Rangers fans in Texas are going nuts because of DeGrom, because they've never seen anything like DeGrom. They had Nolan Ryan, but DeGrom's a different guy. He's he doesn't walk guys, he doesn't do it, and immediately through the first. Guy breaks records. Through the first 3 games with the Rangers, he broke Nolan Ryan's mark that's been held since the 80s. The late 80s. For most strikeouts in the first 3 games as a Ranger. So he's already knocking that kind of stuff out. And
maybe some team should have paid him.
When they said, the Rangers fans, they've never seen anything like this. They've never seen anything so special. I was like, damn, chill out. You're but yeah, I don't. There's no other surprises. Everything's kind of like even keel right now. Detroit sucks. We knew that. Oakland has scored 44 runs and they've given up 93. Generally not an. And watch it. The Mets are going to go there because the Mets play Oakland this weekend, and they'll lose one of the games by 1 run, and all of New York is going to the whole New York media. Tiki's going to say the Mets suck. They're not contenders. Fucking Tiki, really?
I will make a vow.
Fucking Tiki.
I will take Oakland to the World Series in the show.
And that will be the show.
I will be Timmy Bean, and I will finagle that team into the World Series within 3 seasons.
They have
3.
They have to. They have a video with like Matt Olson, all the stars that were on Oakland before last year, Matt Olson and those guys, and they were like, "Oh, damn, that would have been a dangerous team if they all played for the same team." It was like what they did for the Cubs with Chris Bryant, Baez, and who was the other guy? Your guy, Rizzo. Baez is hitting like 170 right now. You know who's not hitting 170? Jordan Walker, third baseman for the Cardinals. He has a 12 game hitting streak. His first 12 games in the major leagues, he has a 12-game hitting streak. Unfreaking real.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that since Tim Tabala did it for the Yankees in the show.
I have the Mets had a guy like a year or 2 ago that they got from the Phillies, and they brought him up because it was an injury, and he struck out his first 8 times. Exact opposite of this. At the half, 63-57 Pelicans are
going for that 50%, baby. 50%.
For that, yeah. Hey, you got the West perfect. Don't say 50%. I predicted the West perfect. That's what you say.
Got the West right.
Yes. All right. I think that just about wraps it up tonight, fellas. Any closing remarks? Any words of wisdom? We'll start off with the tribal chief.
No, I mean, Saquon, get your head out of your ass. Sign your deal. Meet your teammates in Arizona. Well, now it's OTA, so to forget that. Go practice with your team. Because if you don't sign to opening day, guess who's going to be behind? You. Guess who's not starting? You. Guess who can't be a part of the greatest resurrection in offensive history? You. So you know what?
Yes.
Sign your fucking deal. Stop being a baby. And other than that, whatever. Go Yankees. Go Rangers. Rangers. And
Let's
that's it.
go Rangers. Bam, 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 bam. Mellow.
Rangers better be careful about the Florida Panthers because they're coming in. But no.
Just snuck in.
One other thing, Giancarlo Stanton is also having a great beginning of the year. Just gonna throw that out there because I like me some Stanton, and I know Tim wants to trade him in the show all the time.
I'm happy if he does good. I'm happy
As long as he's not swinging at that slider.
I will say I kept him all year round, but in season 2 of the franchise, he might be back in Florida.
Ooh.
And the Rays?
Wait, who are you targeting? Huh? No, he's not gonna go to the Rays. He can't name any Rays. What do you don't want any Rays?
No, he's gone already. He's already gone for a few Marlin minor leaguers that I like.
Oh, Marlins.
So he went home.
They played the video on the board. I'm coming home.
To finish his career, he went home. But he got his ring with the Yankees, so it's okay.
That's what matters.
Did you see that scoreboard? The Mets scoreboard?
I'm dying to see it in person because in the game, like I said, I hate keep bringing the game up. It looks ridiculous. It takes up the whole screen.
The game is wrong though.
Is it really?
It's wrong because in real life, it's like dead center. Huge. It's 3 times the size that it was last year, and then they have another big one that was there, but I think they added to it. The one that's in the Coca-Cola corner where I sat, where I missed out on the great seats.
Yeah, because on the show it takes up the whole. I'm like, wow, that's a big fucking screen. Like you can't even get distracted by it. I was like, what is that?
They were playing Mario Kart on it.
That's awesome.
I did see that.
before the season started. Dave, what you got going on down there?
So then the last
kayaking to work tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, luckily, I have a truck now, so don't have to worry about too much about that. But the last thing I did want to bring up, I know we brought it up a little bit not too long ago when we were talking about baseball, but we didn't say the gentleman's name. And I don't want to mispronounce his last name, but I believe it's Luis Arizia, who hit the first cycle in Marlins history. Very impressive. Very proud of him. Good news for this small organization that is right now teetering in third, just a game behind second place.
He's gonna be trouble all year. He's gonna be top 2 or 3 for the batting title again. He won the American League title last year, but I could see why. He's aggressive. He knows his strike zone. They got a good player out there in him. Hopefully, let's see if they can sign a player long term.
Don't worry, him and Jazz will be a good duo.
Oh my! That boy's having trouble out in center field. I don't know what that. He did some kind of sort of weird slide. He got tossed from the game. He needs I don't know. He's got anger issues. He flipped out at the umpire. It was strike 3. It was strike 3. There was nothing. It was.
I feel like this year all the umpires are being a little sensitive Nancy's because this guy Machado got thrown out for calling him a douchebag. Like, come on, bro, really? Oh my God, you called me a name.
Umpires do not like to be shown up. Somebody draws a line on the dirt where the ball crossed over. The other day got tossed. You saw Real Muto in spring training. He was holding out the glove for the ball. And then he waited long enough, so he moved it. The umpire went to drop it in the glove. It went on the floor. He tossed him from the game. Don't show up a baseball umpire.
They're more sensitive than NBA players.
I don't know. If he called me a douchebag, I'd be throwing him out too. I would.
Like Machado if you have he's got to have a tendency for this. Machado has a reputation. Not a good one either.
If I'm a whole player umpire and I call a strike or something, and I'm very confident in that, I would tell the guy, go watch the replay, and either I'll apologize or you apologize to me. Go watch the replay. You can watch the replay. You can watch the replay on your phone if you want to. I would tell the guy, go watch the fucking replay. Tell me who was right.
Yeah.
And then your next at bat, I either want an apology or I'll fucking say sorry. Which one?
Or if it's at City Field, look at that giant scoreboard. See where the ball went.
Yeah. Give it right back to them. Say, go. You owe me an apology, right? Yes, you do. You owe me an apology. Sorry. Get the fuck down. Then they call me a douchebag. I'm like, what? What did you say? What is it? Say it again. Say it again. All right.
Manny's from Miami though, so he's gonna come with that fireness.
He's not just from Miami. He's from Hialeah. So
I try to keep it under wraps from where exactly he was from.
No, I'd be chucking people like fucking Liam Neeson, the Naked Gun. I'd be throwing out other umpires if I could.
They used to the old school umpires. They didn't even say you're out of here. They used to I remember they used to go yaboom, like you're out. But really quick before we go, one last thing on baseball. I was listening to, I don't know what show, but they were talking about Greg Maddux and how he got all the calls back in his day, which he did outside. I mean, if you look at it in today's game, like the literal box, I mean, he threw a lot of balls that were called strikes, and same for Glavine and all those guys. That conversation went to, that's before they got so strict on the umpires. But shouldn't they be strict on the umpires? Like, this is the game. This is the entirety of the game. How frustrating would it be for any of the hitters that Tom Glavine, 3 inches outside, strike, 4 inches out. Let me go a little bit further, 3.5, strike. But then once they started recording them and, having the umpire, when he went to the Mets, of course, went to the Mets, he wasn't getting those calls anymore. So he winds up with a 4.30 ERA instead of a tidy 2.4, right? So am I thinking this the wrong way? That shouldn't be complained about. We should want to get the calls right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the worst thing that ever happened to pitchers was they started putting the box on the screen. Box. The worst thing that ever happened to a pitcher and an umpire. Because now you're like, wow, that was really outside, you asshole. Like, when you're in the stadium, I love when you're in the stadium, like upper deck and behind the plate. That was a strike, dude. You can't see shit. You don't know anything. That always makes me laugh.
Especially at the angle.
Yeah.
You can't tell.
All you see is the player's ass, and you're like, "Oh, that's a fucking strike." What are you doing? You idiot? You don't know anything. But once that box came up, the worst thing that happened to pitchers and umpires.
I love that. The whole crowd boos because a ball strike wasn't, and you can't see shit.
Me and Ed have a thing where if I know he's at the game, and it's a bad call, I'll text him. That was a fucking ball. That was a fucking strike. I know he texted because I know he's probably dying to know. So like, fucking strike on fucking Stanton. Like I'll send him a thing like that.
And for the hitters too, the last out of the Met game yesterday was 7 balls to a rookie, and he was swinging out of his shoes. He's high fastballs, but it was literally ball 1, ball 2, ball 7, but really strike 3. So the box is make it difficult for everybody out there. Is that a Yankee shirt you're wearing?
For all the playbies.
I just now noticed that.
It's an orange Yankee shirt.
Oh.
That's a crime, but I'll let it slide.
So
it's not a crime.
It's a crime
for that other New York team.
I'll let it slide because you're in Miami, where it's like anarchy down there.
I had it for because when I went to high school, my colors were brown and orange, so I got this one just because it was orange and I could wear it like on any other Friday. And I'm like, wear my Yankee orange, and it goes with the colors.
Whoops!
Whoa!
I put my hand down and I hit the mouse. I
was like, wow, we got cut off. We got taken off the air.
No. Scared the shit out of me. I was like,
like someone was pissed about that Yankee shirt.
Can't be New York.
At least I didn't end the show. Like, hey, that the anniversary of that's coming up in a couple of weeks.
Awesome. I need something brown, but I have this though. I need something to match this hat. But I don't wear brown though.
Really?
I need something to match it. So I might get like a Yankee brown. I might wear a fucking Padres shit.
Fucking Padres.
I'll have to find another Wile E. Coyote shirt or something.
Emma Stone. I will never forgive her. She wore Padres jersey at Citi Field last year at the playoffs. Never forgive her.
Hey, gotta represent. Gotta represent.
All right. We will be back next week, everybody. We'll be a little bit further into the playoffs. 66-62 now, Pelicans. I'm going to go and see if this is an exciting. Maybe I'll take the third quarter off. Hop right back into the fourth quarter. All right, everybody. Peace out.